Everybody, Alan Slaughterzinski for the Brevard Sports Network, and we are here with our UbrZati, Brevard Sports Network Youth Football Player of the Day, the week, month, no doubt the year coming up. If you look at what Xavier Corbin did today, 7 times in the end zone, 5 touchdowns. It started with the opening kick, took that 55 yards, and the next 2 times he touched the football, 55, 55, 45, straight down the field. You seem to do this with a lot of confidence, and what I mean by that is every time you touch the ball, you find the hole, you get there, you're gone. Talk about your play.
Well, I like to say I get my play from my brother. Yeah. Right now, Xavier Corbin in the NFL, he taught me how to hit the holes and break and not let people let the first man tackle you and just get free. And once you see an open lane, just run.
Well, I can't think of anybody better to get advice from. And the last time I talked to you, I don't know if you remember this, you were running sand hills. You remember that? Running sand hills. And so let me ask you this. I want to ask you about your offensive line up front because that is a big group of young men that open a lot of holes. Talk about your offensive line.
Well, I say we have a good offensive line. We have good coaching. They're coaching them good. So for our offensive line to get good coaching, to open up a lot of holes for us running backs to run through and score.
You know, you're playing in a league where you, Jalen Mitchell, your brother, all grew up playing in. So you have a tradition here of outstanding youth football players. What would you like your mark to be in this league? You got 14U, or are you going to be playing high school?
14U next year. Okay,
so you got 12. And what would you like for your mark to be in this league this year?
Probably to get MVP and probably win a Super Bowl.
Well, I don't think that's out of the question. I do have to ask you this. I did notice during the game, your brother's watching up in New York. What advice did he give you on the FaceTime text or the FaceTime you were able to do with him?
He just said, if your teammates get tackled, help them up and just block for them if you see a man in front of them.
I'll tell you what, this young man right here, we were talking about it earlier. We know you do a lot of things well, really, really well. What part of your game what do you need to work on that you feel you really need to concentrate and focus on?
Probably on blocking and more speed.
More speed? I don't know. He said more speed. Well, you know what? You got to love it. I tell you what, there's no doubt about it. This young man right here, the absolute next great back, not just in this county, but in this state. And I'll tell you what, where would you like to follow in your brother's footsteps? For example, would you like to go to Florida State and off into the NFL one day?
I'll probably go to a different college.
But definitely the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And not only that, these young men have simply one of the best mothers around in Gina Corbin. There's no doubt about that. And, of course, on the board here, her, Shatina Brown, they do a terrific job with Rockledge Raider Youth Football. Undefeated today. Undefeated. This program went 4 wins. And how many touchdowns they give up? One touchdown all day long as the 12U team sends Tri-County back down I-95 with what I will call a little X on their back. Right there, X marks the spot for this guy right here, Xavier Corbin for Rockledge Raider Youth Football 12U.